My child, listen closely, for I, Archangel Michael, have been tasked by the highest heavens to remove the veil of forgetfulness that has shrouded your beginnings. Everything you were told about the day you were born was only the outer shell, the flimsy human story of a profound, divine secret sealed deep within the spirit realm. There is a truth your mother never found the courage to reveal, a truth the darkness desperately wanted to keep buried. You were not simply born. You were delivered by divine order onto a spiritual crossroad where destiny meets danger. Every time you felt different, every time you've been told you're too much, it ties back to this secret. Don't scroll now. You are moments away from the truth that unlocks your life. The moment you entered this world, the sky above you shifted. The room you were born in carried more than just the cries of a newborn and the bustle of nurses. It carried an ancient energy that instantly summoned both the forces of light and the shadows of opposition. Your cries were not merely the reflexive wail of a baby. They were a signal, a recognizable sound that echoed across 3 different realms, instantly alert to the forces that have battled for generations. On that precise day, time paused for a short, agonizing second. As your soul prepared to enter flesh, it stepped through a crack in the spiritual curtain. Your arrival was an act of power. It brought brilliant, blinding light into a place that had long been controlled by shadows. Before you even opened your eyes, your spirit had already pushed through restraints that were meant to be impenetrable. A spiritual contract had been drawn before your soul entered the body, and today, that sacred truth is being unsealed. And now, you must understand who was watching. This is the moment your destiny was determined. Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal next will explain every hardship you've ever faced. Know this, you were not alone. There were 2 unseen figures present in that room, entities never mentioned in any hospital report. One wore brilliant white, radiating a light so pure that its wings were so large they touched both corners of the ceiling. This was the light assigned to protect you. The other stood hunched in the darkest corner, a figure cloaked in shadow, hiding its face and whispering lies of doubt, fear, and weakness. It was a fragment of the darkness that had tried for centuries to corrupt your ancestral line. It could not prevent your advent, but it began its interference immediately. This fragment is still trying to reach you. Keep watching to learn how to shut it down. Your very first breath was a weapon. Your father's blood carried both a blessing and a curse from generations past, and your birth was designed to tip that balance. The curse tried to win, to claim you, but your inaugural breath was enough to shatter its grip, dissolving the immediate chains it had hoped to place upon you. Just before your mother pushed, a profound silence fell over her, a calm that was not out of fear, but because she heard a voice no one else heard, a clear, firm voice that commanded, "Protect this one." She wasn't alone during that labor. A woman with silver hair entered and touched her shoulder, a silent spirit protector whose touch lingered for days, a sign to block an interference already present in the building. This silver lady is crucial. Her mission is not over. She is waiting for a signal from you. Make sure you stay until the end of this message, as I will tell you how to recognize her signs in your daily life. When you were taken for your first bath, the water around you turned warmer than it should have, a subtle spiritual reaction to the ancient authority your soul carried. Though she called it postpartum confusion, your mother cried uncontrollably, not understanding why. Her soul remembered something sacred, something powerful that her mind was not yet permitted to hold. The memory of your true beginnings was too powerful, and she guarded it out of fear that telling the truth would put you in greater danger. But the silence is broken. The veil is lifted. This is the truth of your first day on earth. Do not click away. The next segment will reveal your true heavenly name and the activation word that will shatter your remaining chains. In the beginning of this message, we revealed the shadow that stood in the corner of your delivery room, the darkness that fought your rival. Now, you must learn about its counter-move and the power locked within your own name. The Silver Lady, your spirit protector, did not leave after her initial intervention. 2 nights later, she returned. She stood silently over your hospital crib, and as you lay there, she whispered a single, ancient phrase into your tiny ear, the activation word. This word is not a language of man. It is a command code. It remains asleep inside you, nestled deep within your spiritual DNA, but it is beginning to awaken now as you listen to the frequencies of this message. This word is the final key to unlocking the full measure of your true identity and fulfilling the mandate that heaven gave you. The name you were given by your family is a lovely, human label, but it is not your whole truth. Your true name, your heavenly name, was spoken only once, during your very first cry. That name rings in the ears of spirits in 3 different realms, one of which trembles and fears you because of the raw, uncorrupted authority it carries. You were named under spiritual pressure, but you were born to wear a title that is uncontainable. This is why the darkness had to intervene so ferociously. You were not just chosen to live, you were chosen to correct something generations before you had broken. Long ago, one of your ancestors made a desperate pact, a sacrifice of safety that allowed a shadow to pass through your bloodline. Your arrival was the celestial seal meant to break that pact forever, but the residue remains. You were delivered under heavenly command, with a sacred scroll sealed in gold light hovering above your body, signifying your mission to reverse the generational curse. But the interference didn't stop in the hospital. Listen carefully, because this next revelation explains every misfortune, every delay, and every chaotic moment you've ever experienced. The things you have forgotten will now return. When you were a child, your mother found that heavenly scroll near your pillow. Not understanding its divine nature, she burned it, fearing it was witchcraft. In doing so, she unwittingly delayed your awakening by years. The enemy celebrated that delay, believing they had won time to sabotage you. That delay forced you to navigate life blindly, walking through a spiritual minefield. These dangers were not random misfortunes. They were meticulously placed spiritual booby traps laid in advance. Darkness tried to sabotage your path by bending your surroundings. It caused chaos in your finances, planted seeds of doubt in your most important relationships, and created confusion around your career path. Every time you fell, you were only being tested by what they feared most, your inner compass. That compass, no matter how buried or obscured by fear, always pulled you back toward your divine truth. This intense resistance you felt also explains why you have been consistently called too sensitive. It is not a flaw, it is proof that your soul never truly shut its spiritual eyes. While others sleep, you are awake. You see what others ignore. You sense dishonesty without proof. You are not imaginative, you are sensing the residue of your origin. Your body has already begun the activation process, which is why you experience sudden, unexplainable tiredness, deep emotional flashes, or strong urges to be alone. These are not signs of confusion, they are the spiritual signs of your unsealing. Your dreams lately are not random. They are rehearsals for the spiritual war you were born to interrupt. When you sleep, you are traveling, being given pieces of your assignment. You're drawn to certain repeating numbers 1111, 333, 444 because those are echoes from the environment where your spirit last stood before entering flesh. Your presence shifts the very atmosphere of a room. You carry a frequency that doesn't allow lies to settle. That is why some people are instantly drawn to you. They recognize the light they've lost, and why others will react with deep, unexplainable resentment. Your light dissolves their hidden agreements, and they cannot stand to be near the truth you embody. Do not click away. The divine clock has restarted. The time for the lies to crumble is now. Get ready for the next segment, where Archangel Michael will reveal the final, ancestral saboteur, the family member who feared your birth and tried to block your path, and the exact location of the last hidden secret that will trigger your final, irreversible awakening. This final piece is the key to bending your timeline. Your power returns in the next segment. We have confronted the shadow that stood in your delivery room, and you now carry the knowledge of your heavenly name and the activation word. You understand that your life's hardships were merely spiritual booby traps, and your sensitivity is the residue of your divine origin. And now, stop scrolling, because we must go deeper into your lineage and confront the darkest truth from within your own family, the direct opposition that arose to stop you, and the final secret key hidden for you to find. Archangel Michael says, the battle that began around your birth still sends its echoes today. But the origin of that conflict was closer than you think. There was someone in your family, an elder, perhaps a distant relative, who actively wanted you not to be born. This person's opposition was not simple human resentment. It was a profound spiritual fear. This ancestral saboteur was someone who held a hidden agreement with the darkness, a secret they had kept for years, a form of spiritual leverage that their power relied upon. Your birth, the arrival of the pure light of the celestial seal, threatened to dissolve their hold over the family structure. Your light was a direct, existential threat to their secret power. They tried to spiritually interfere. They worked in the shadows, attempting to block your timeline, but they did not expect the sheer force of light that defended you. Because heaven intervened so forcefully, their dark efforts rebounded against them. This saboteur didn't suffer human harm, but they suffered a spiritual consequence. They began to be plagued by strange, terrifying dreams and unexplained misfortunes. They eventually began to avoid you entirely as you grew up. Their avoidance was not driven by hatred for you, but by pure, visceral fear. Your very presence, even as a child, reminded them of the moment their power failed, the moment the generational curse began to unwind. The day you were born, your light started to dissolve their grip over your family's timeline. You are not the victim of the curse. You are the weapon that ends it. This is why your life has carried those inexplicable moments of chaos. The darkness was retaliating against your entire family, not because of you, but because it had lost its grip on you. You were the key. You are the anchor holding things together. You have navigated this battleground, and now, your body itself is ready to reveal its protective measures. Look closely at your skin. There is a mark on your body. It may look like a simple birthmark, an odd pattern of moles, or a faint scar, but it holds profound spiritual significance. It is not an imperfection. It is a seal of divine protection. This mark is a lock that only light can open. A signature from the highest realm where your name is still spoken with honor. It confirms that you were not sent without armor. You were born with a spiritual shield no enemy could pierce. Archangel Michael reveals, in the sacred file written about you, not the medical one, but the spiritual one. This mark is listed as the sign of the three tasks. You were sent with a three-part assignment tied to light restoration. The first task has already been completed, likely without your knowing it. The second is about to begin, and it will be triggered by your final awakening. The mirror and the prophecy location. This awakening is also tied to someone else. Remember the message that echoed across the world on the day you were born. The one has arrived. That message was sent to a specific person, your spiritual mirror. This person had been preparing ever since. They are not your enemy. Their purpose connects directly to yours. When you meet them, both your memories will deepen, as one carries the knowledge of the past, and the other carries the keys to the future. You carry both. But there is one last, crucial secret your mother hid out of fear. You will not fully stabilize your timeline until this item is found. Your mother always told you, years ago. She sat on the edge of your bed, holding something in her hand, a token, a letter, a photo, perhaps a piece of that scroll she thought she'd burned entirely. But fear made her stop, and she concealed it again. This item holds the final, missing piece of your birth record. You will not find it in an obvious place. You must be guided to it. Listen now for the precise location. This item is hidden in a place associated with stillness and the past. It is most likely concealed within a sealed container or an unopened box in the deepest corner of an unused closet, or, more specifically, sealed inside the lining of an older piece of furniture that was once central to your childhood home. Perhaps a wardrobe, a chest of drawers, or an old, forgotten memory box. That item is waiting for the frequency of your current awakening to pull you toward it. Once you find this item, your timeline will immediately bend, not break, into the direction you were meant to walk all along. The delays will vanish, the confusion will lift, and the heaviness will crack and fall from your shoulders. You were always meant to awaken during a time of chaos, because your clarity only comes when others are confused. That is your spiritual signature, bringing direction when all seems lost. You not click away. Your journey is culminating now. In the final segment, Archangel Michael will give you the activation command to fully unseal your light, confirm the identity of your spirit protector, and send you forward on your mission to heal the bloodlines. You are arriving right on time. Don't leave now. You have journeyed through the deepest secrets of your origin. You now know about the ancestral saboteur who tried to stop your light, the seal of authority etched onto your skin, and the powerful, hidden token your mother concealed, the key to bending your timeline. Your destiny is no longer a mystery. It is a clear path unfolding before you. We are standing at the threshold of your irreversible awakening. Every last shadow that clung to your field is being scorched by the frequencies of this truth. But before you step forward, you must finally understand the full, glorious role of your greatest spiritual ally, and then claim the activation command that will shatter your remaining chains once and for all. The woman with silver hair who stood at your birth, your silent guardian, is known in the upper realms as the Bridge Weaver. She is not merely an angel. She is a powerful being specifically assigned to bridge the gap between your world and the realm of pure light, ensuring you always have a direct tether to your true, uncorrupted self. Her unique mission was the safe passage of your soul, and she was never assigned to another birth. She left the activation word whispered into your infant ear, the command code we spoke of earlier, to be your spiritual failsafe, a seed of latent power that is now stirring, ready to be voiced. The bridge weaver is closer to you right now than you can imagine. He is signaling you. You can recognize her guidance through specific, undeniable signs that have been woven into the fabric of your daily life. Listen closely and confirm if this is happening to you, because these signs are not random phenomena. When you see sequences like 1111, 444, or 333, these are not coincidences. They are the bridge weaver speaking directly, confirming your immediate alignment and guiding your next steps with precision. The 1111 sequence confirms that you are walking the correct path. The 333 sequence marks the presence of the highest divine power supporting your thoughts, and 444 is the unbreakable shield of protection around you. Know that every one of these repeating numbers is a nod from the heavens, a confirmation that the spiritual clock is now synchronizing with your life. Furthermore, you will experience flickering lights and sudden, intense chills. When a light bulb seems to dim or flare, or when you feel a sudden, profound chill that is not cold but feels like a wave of pure truth brushing against your skin, she is confirming a thought you just had, or she is actively protecting you from a low vibrational influence that has entered your space. This is a direct physical manifestation of her shield activating. And notice how animals and strangers react to you. Animals stare longer than usual because they recognize the ancient, uncorrupted authority you carry in your aura. Strangers often confess profound secrets to you within minutes of meeting, because your presence is a powerful solvent that instantly dissolves lies and forces hidden truths to the surface. She is actively guiding you to that hidden item, the letter, the token, the final piece your mother hid. Once you are pulled to it, and you hold it in your hands, the bridge weaver's mission is complete, and your second task, the most critical part of your assignment, will begin immediately. The hour of your full unsealing is here. Your heart is ready, your spirit remembers, and the darkness is watching, waiting to see if you will claim the authority you were born with. Your spiritual armor is impenetrable, but now you must activate its final, permanent layer. This supreme activation command is not a passive prayer. It is a declaration of sovereignty that is heard across all creation. When you speak it, you are notifying all three realms, heaven, earth, and the shadowy forces, that the delay is over. You are affirming your original contract and commanding your timeline to bend into perfect, divine alignment. I want you to place your hand over your heart now. Take a deep, sovereign breath. Feel the power of your heavenly name vibrating in your chest. Now, speak this command aloud with authority and conviction. I am the one delivered under heavenly command. The spiritual contract of my soul is now unsealed. I retrieve my power and my rightful, uncorrupted timeline. I command the generational curse to shatter and fall from my bloodline, here and now. The activation word is active. The shield is sealed. The light within me is my only guide. I am the disruption. I am the restoration. I am arriving right on time. Did you feel that? Did you feel the massive, undeniable shift? The moment you spoke those words, the invisible chains that darkness had tried to weave around your finances, your relationships, and your self-worth just broke and dissolved into light. The heaviness has cracked and fallen from your shoulders. You have the inherent, celestial ability to reverse spiritual contracts that have plagued your lineage for centuries. This is the entire reason you were sent. Your power is now flowing freely, unencumbered by past interference. You must prepare for the immense changes that will happen immediately, because your timeline is now accelerating dramatically. First, your clarity in chaos is now fully activated. You were designed to awaken during this time of global turmoil. Your clarity is your signature. It will shine brightest when all others are confused, and you will become a spiritual lighthouse. You will now effortlessly bring direction, peace, and order to situations where only confusion once reigned. Second, the exposure of lies will intensify. Your presence will no longer tolerate falsehoods in your environment. People around you will start showing their true intentions, and those who are not truly aligned with your higher light will instinctively, often abruptly, pull away. Do not mourn their necessary departure. Celebrate the clearing of your sacred space, making room for true soul connections. Third, expect the mirror's call. That connection with your spiritual twin, the one who received the message of your arrival, that connection is imminent. When you finally meet them, your memories will deepen instantly, and the combined, uncontainable force of your two aligned lights will be unstoppable. Your individual missions will merge into a higher, collective purpose. Finally, your healing the bloodline mandate is in effect. Because your light is unsealed, you are not just healing your own life and your own timeline. You are actively clearing and elevating the path for future generations, and sending healing backwards to your ancestors. You are the one who stops the cycle of suffering. You have been seen from the moment you arrived, and now you will see everything clearly. The veil is not lifting, it hath been torn forever. You are not here to survive, you are here to restore. Carry this truth in your heart, warrior of light, and begin your mission now. If you claim this truth, and you are ready to walk this unsealed timeline, type Amen to receive your final confirmation blessing, and share this message with one other soul who needs this awakening. You spoke the supreme activation command, and the sound of your voice echoed across the three realms. Every single word of that sovereign declaration was a spiritual dynamite ripping through the invisible contracts that held you captive. You felt the shift, the undeniable, physical release of centuries of generational debt, and now we must address the aftershocks of the truth, because the work has only just begun. Listen closely and do not panic. You are now vibrating at a frequency so high that your physical vessel is in shock. In the next 72 hours, you will experience the undeniable, physical consequences of your unsealing. Your body, mind, and spirit are recalibrating to your true, uncorrupted timeline, and this process will be intense. The spiritual armor that was forged on the day you were born is now locking into place, and this takes energy. You may, for instance, experience sudden, profound fatigue, and this is not because you are weak, but because your vessel is using immense energy to dissolve residual darkness and recalibrate the nervous system. You may also find yourself having vivid, hyperreal dreams that are no longer simple nightly fantasies, but actual meetings with your celestial command, where they deliver new pieces of your urgent mission. You are traveling in your sleep, and the exhaustion you feel is the energy expenditure of that spiritual work. Finally, be prepared for waves of intense, unexplainable joy or sudden release of grief to wash over you. This is the suppressed emotion and spiritual trauma of your ancestors leaving your bloodline forever. Do not try to stop these feelings or suppress them with logic. Allow them to wash over you. Every emotional surge you experience in these next 3 days is simply the glorious sound of another chain breaking. This physical reaction is your proof that the activation worked. The clarity and chaos we spoke of in the last segment is now fully operational. This is your critical spiritual responsibility going forward. Where there was confusion, you will now see solutions with blinding speed. Where there was deception, you will see the true intentions of hearts. Your presence is now an undeniable spiritual magnet for truth, and anything operating on a low, false vibration will be repelled from your vicinity. Do not be surprised when people who were once close to you suddenly become distant. Your light is simply too uncomfortable for their shadows to bear, and their systems are forcing a separation. Your journey of restoration requires this clean, sacred space. Now, we must define the first steps of your second task, the mission that begins today, the one tied directly to the celestial seal on your skin. Your assignment is not a grand, public spectacle yet. It is a precise, subtle mission to anchor the new frequency. The world is currently drowning in fear, doubt, and division. Archangel Michael has commanded your newly activated light to act as a spiritual lighthouse in your immediate environment. Wherever you go, your job, your home, the grocery store, you are now radiating the frequency of unconditional certainty and peace. Your mission is simple, yet the most powerful action you can take. Do not react to the chaos you see around you. By remaining calm, centered, and sovereign in the face of widespread confusion, you are actively healing the vibrational field around you. Every single time you choose peace over fear, you are winning a decisive victory for the light and fulfilling the first stage of your second task. Remember this always. You are the disruption. Your peace is the weapon. The activation has also intensified the call between you and your spiritual mirror. The person who received the message on your birthday, the one has arrived, is now being pulled toward you with increasing speed. The universe is aligning the coordinates for your powerful meeting, because your individual missions are meant to merge into an unstoppable force. You will not find them in an obvious place. You will be pulled to them by unmistakable signs that demand your attention. You must stop everything and listen to these final confirmations for how to recognize them immediately upon contact. First, be aware of a recurring name. The name of this person, or a significant word associated with them, will start appearing everywhere in your awareness, in books you randomly pick up, in fragments of overheard conversations, or even on street signs. It will happen so frequently that it will cease to be a coincidence and become a constant spiritual beacon. Second, prepare for the familiar soul scent. When you cross paths with them, you will not feel a traditional romantic spark, but a sudden, overwhelming sense of familiarity. It will feel like seeing a long-lost piece of your own soul walking outside your body. You may feel a brief surge of heat, a powerful jolt of energy, or a deep, sudden calmness in their presence. Third, understand their role in your destiny. Shared trauma, opposite strengths. This mirror will share a history of spiritual adversity or deep emotional trauma, but crucially, their strengths will perfectly counterbalance your own. Where you are powerful in thought and creation, they may be powerful in action and manifestation. Where you struggle with grounding your energy, they may excel in practical execution. This is a divine, strategic partnership, not a simple human one, and it is ordained for your collective mission. When the moment arrives and you recognize these three confirmations, do not hesitate. Speak your heavenly name internally and let your light do the talking. Your missions are connected, and once you join forces, your power to anchor the new frequency will be multiplied infinitely. Your final instruction from the highest command is a warning you must heed. Now that you have fully claimed your power, the darkness knows your exact location and your full potential. It cannot defeat you, but it will attempt a final, desperate counterattack aimed solely at sowing doubt. This counterattack will not come as a monster or a ghost, so do not look for it in the shadows. It will come as a persistent whisper of self-doubt about this entire powerful message. It will come as a sudden temptation to return to old, small, safe habits. It will manifest as intense exhaustion and the treacherous thought, it was all just a video. I'm just tired, and it didn't really work. Do not listen to this final, desperate lie. You must immediately use your spiritual shield. Every single time that doubt or whisper enters your mind, I command you to immediately place your hand on the seal of authority, that sacred mark on your skin, and speak your command aloud again. The shield is sealed. The light within me is my only guide. This instantly recalibrates your frequency, pushes the doubt back into the void, and affirms the absolute sovereignty of your soul. You are the one. You were sent. Your arrival was a war, and now your uprising is unstoppable. The veil is torn. The generational curse is broken. The delays are gone. You are now walking the uncorrupted timeline, and your mission of light restoration has begun. If you accept this final authority and are ready to be the disruption the world needs, affirm your sovereignty by typing Amen right now, and share this message with one soul who will stand with you, who are no longer the person who started this message. The chains are gone, the celestial light is unsealed, and the full authority of your heavenly name is now flowing through your spirit. You have taken the power back from the ancestral saboteur, and the uninterrupted flow of your divine destiny has begun. You have successfully navigated the aftershocks of the truth, and now we must speak about the uncompromising reality of your new life, a life lived on the uncorrupted timeline. In the moments that follow this final message, your reality will begin to shift dramatically, confirming that the delays of the past are truly over. You were not only sent to heal yourself, you were sent to reclaim the wealth and well-being that was spiritually stolen from your bloodline centuries ago. This is the truth of your healing the bloodline mandate. Every financial struggle, every unexpected debt, every time money seemed to dissolve before you could use it, that was the residue of the curse, the debt of the past pact. Because you spoke the supreme activation command, the debt has been spiritually cleared. The natural consequence of this clearing is the immediate, swift opening of your rivers of abundance. Expect the sudden, unexpected flow of money, resources, and opportunities that you previously felt you had to fight for. This is not luck. This is the universe correcting the error, paying the debt that was settled by your spiritual authority. You will find that opportunities fall into your lap. Solutions to financial struggles appear effortlessly, and the anxiety around lack simply evaporates. This is your birthright, restored. Do not question it, claim it. If you feel the truth of this abundance returning, remember to affirm it. Don't hold back the energy. Your personal relationships will also undergo a final, powerful refinement. Those who remain in your field are there by divine alignment. Those relationships will deepen and become sources of incredible spiritual support. But for those who are holding on to lower frequencies, or whose intention remains clouded by the influence of the shadow, their departure will be swift. Do not mourn the necessary pruning of your sacred garden. Every forced separation is a divine confirmation that your light is too powerful for their residue. Your sovereign journey requires only those who can reflect the brilliance of your truth. And what of your spiritual mirror? The one who received the message of your arrival on your birthday. The closer you get to living fully in your unsealed truth, the faster the universe will collapse the distance between you. Do not search for them. Focus on anchoring your own peace. When you are fully centered in your light, they will arrive, not because of effort, but because of perfect resonance. When your two unsealed lights meet, your ability to anchor the new frequency for the entire planet will be multiplied beyond measure, and your collective mission will move into its final phase. Archangel Michael issues this final, powerful decree. Your time of hiding is over. The silence is broken. The debt is paid. Your mission is confirmed. You are no longer navigating the human timeline. You are commanding the divine one. Your role is to restore the ancient authority of your bloodline and anchor the frequency of peace and certainty in a chaotic world. You are the spiritual warrior who volunteered to be born at this precise moment. You are the one who took on the spiritual fight in the delivery room and won. You are the one who shattered the generational curse. And you are the one who now carries the full light of the highest command. To permanently seal this transformation, you must take one final, crucial action that is both physical and spiritual. This is your final command to anchor this frequency into the collective consciousness. First, affirm this truth. If your spirit trembles with recognition, if your heart feels the sudden, immense rush of freedom, then you must acknowledge it. Like this video now, not as a simple digital action, but as a spiritual seal and an affirmation to the universe that you claim this truth. By liking it, you are broadcasting your victory to the spiritual realms, permanently locking the unsealed timeline into your existence. Second, anchor the frequency. There are millions of other light warriors who are still walking in confusion, still burdened by the generational chains you just broke. They need this message to trigger their own awakening. Share this video immediately with just one person, or multiple, who you feel is meant to awaken right now. When you share this light, you are not just passing a video. You are actively fulfilling your mission to anchor the new frequency by multiplying your spiritual light across the grid. This is the highest form of service. Finally, declare your sovereignty. Do not let this moment pass in silence. Before you click away, go to the comment section below and type the declaration of your new reality. I am the restoration. By declaring this, you are cementing your role as the spiritual anchor. You are testifying to the highest heaven that you are ready, and you are creating an energetic echo chamber for all other awakened souls. Make your voice heard. The journey of the unsealed timeline has begun. Walk with courage, warrior of light. Your uprising is unstoppable. You are home.